Okay, so the next show match, best of 5 cash prize for the winner, Grimeboss versus Oya. Grimeboss has periods where he tells me he doesn't want to play anymore, and then times when he's like, give me what you got. So, without
Grimeboss
further
is
ado.
good, but he's not going to beat Aya.
Double yellow. You're gonna have to take shift tab off. Alright.
The map is Dies Irae. It'll be in our tournament map pool by the German map maker Freakling. Just one game, I believe, on this map. You're supposed to play all the games on this map.
Well, wasn't the last series supposed to be all on
Yeah,
Demon?
I think they changed their
Whatever
mind
was
after they play on it once.
Like, I don't want to play 5 games of this.
It's a 4-player map. Well, Grindboss sometimes blames the map. But I'm like, you clearly lost because it's a better player, right?
Or because you got outplayed in this game, or whatever. Happens.
Oh yeah, is gonna get the scout. First try.
Seemed like you scouted him fairly quickly. Is the rush distance pretty short here between these spots?
I
It looks
think
like
it's the same as another map, but a newer version that Freakling is working on after receiving constructive feedback from a few of our tournament players has a slightly longer rushing distance
Okay, yeah.
and some more spots for OVs.
Yeah, it just seemed like the probe got there so quickly. Like, it feels like this is short rush distance. Something like 2 gates or 2 factory would be stronger here then.
Bad Manor Pylon. Prime Boss's minnow line. In my mind, he's like swearing and cussing at Oya right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say if he's somebody who blames the maps or somebody you know who gets like
It's
angry or rages,
Grimeboss, right?
Yeah, if it's someone like that, then doing something like this, like a manor pylon, is just even better for you, just because you know it's gonna piss them off.
He messages me
Frustrate
almost
them.
every day, like, can I play in the tournament? I want to play in the tournament. I'm like, bro, I messaged you and several others, you didn't respond, so. But if someone drops out at Terran, he might, maybe.
See, I just like this level of shenaniganery.
I know you do, but it's not good for event organizers.
No.
His name is Grimeboss.
Like placing pylons in people's bases and that sort of thing.
Oh, I see.
So we're not talking about the game, but Aya is going for a gateway nexus here. And it's pretty good because he's got the probe in his opponent's base, so he knows exactly what's going on. And he can adapt as required to his opponent's build, whereas Grimeboss doesn't have any info at all.
How good is Oya's understanding of Protoss, in your opinion?
His builds are pretty on meta. I mean, sometimes he throws some weird things in there because he's good at it. But the average, if you watch an Aya game...
What do you mean he's good at it? Like micro?
Aya will do like a center gate against Dandy, because Dandy's known for his gasless expands, and then Aya will just insta-win it because Aya's execution on that build is fantastic.
Mm.
But the average Oya game, he's going to do the most current pro gamer method and he's going to execute it perfectly. He's a very strong player. When he plays like just adapting on the fly, he's very capable at it, and also when he plays standard, he knows what he's doing.
And he's gone good really fast from what I hear.
And he was always like good, but yeah, I've told that over like the last 2 years he's gone very good.
Even like the last year, I remember casting him in Gosu League, and he went far. I don't remember if he won it or he was in the finals, but then the season after he's in Pro League, and now like people are saying he's one of the top few foreigner Protosses. So he definitely rose up there quickly.
Cool.
And I think on this map, having a 8 pylon scout lets you do a lot, because there's a high chance of BBF because it's a fast expand map. There's a high chance of 13 CC. Getting the probe in that quickly gave Oya a effective build order advantage.
Are we gonna see a push
No.
from Grimeboss?
Yeah, Grimeboss is going for a
Yes.
2-pack. However, the 2-pack will have to go uphill to take Aya's natural, or to attack Aya because Aya's natural is behind him. So I don't know about the 2-pack here unless you're going for like a bunker and then add some depots, add some turrets and just grind in. But I'm expecting Aya to be able to handle this with starting with just ranged dragoons on the high ground, then adding in like a Reaver and another gateway.
A 2-pack push on this map you don't think is very effective?
I don't think you're going to be able to close up the game with the 2-pack because of the high ground.
Yeah, the other side to that though is this does seem like a little bit shorter rush distance, like we were saying earlier. So something like this can be a little bit stronger, but the high ground definitely helps. But we have actually Oya pushing in here himself. Now he's gonna see the 3 tanks and know, okay, there's 2 factories coming my way.
Well, that's not looking good for Protoss.
No, it is looking good. He's getting good value from his zealots. And he knows what's going on now. I think that's actually fine.
He's gonna have 4 dragoons by the time this hits, and he's gonna be able to fight the tanks from the high ground.
Yeah, especially given the Marines aren't going to be tanking anything. Because the
And-
tanks are actually quite fragile. If you can get 4 dragoons onto
Yeah.
3 tanks, you will get you'll kill 2 of their tanks.
Yeah, well, dragoons, 4 dragoons will 2-shot a tank if you get all their shots off. So it's kind of the number you want.
Well, Grimeboss lost the tank, his army got split up. But he attacked anyway for some reason.
Yeah, he's going to just try and take a hard contain here, I think, at this point. Because there's no potential to push up the ramp. But he will get his siege, he'll float the rats, and then he'll try and kill the gates. But I'm assuming that Aya can deal with this. Aya's still making pros, which I'm not convinced by. Because Aya knows that his opponents are all in. So like you don't need to have more pros at this point, you need to have more gateways.
Right.
Like, he needs to rebuild those gateways because he's going to lose them.
And it looks like he's doing that now. Building a couple of gateways right by his nexus there. Looks like it may even be 3 gateways.
Yeah, he can't build too many gateways at this point. Whatever many number of gateways he builds, it's fine. He's just
Two more
trying to
tanks.
We're not seeing Reaver, so he's just going to defend this with Zealot bombs.
Lands the barracks in the base. What shenanigans.
I would
Gives him
like to see
vision.
more gateways than he has. Honestly.
Alright, he's gonna run the zealots in. I mean, if you can get a drag on all those marines, nice, and a tank as well.
Oh, he
Nice.
did.
I think he could wait for the settle, but you're like 2 seconds ahead of me.
Well, he is going to make. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I was gonna say he was gonna clean this up, but then all of a sudden, I mean, he's still gonna defend, but I think he's pretty much got this game now.
Yeah. Aya's got enough
Like,
gateways.
he's
at
got
this point.
6 gateways.
Oh yeah, he's got. Even if he lost those 2, he's still got 4 behind. Grimeboss is all in. I don't know what's going on in his base there. Looks like he might have 4 factories.
I like this blocking off with the Robo and Observatory.
Yeah, that's nice.
Never
I
seen
want
that
those
on this
vultures
map.
sneaking in.
That is nice.
What's that
Yeah,
other
copy that.
path? Is there like another pathway around from the natural there or something in the back?
It doesn't lead to anything, but there's a mineral line that you can take a third.
Okay.
Going outside of the
It-
main, though.
That area exists just for bad pathing. It means
Gotcha.
that when you try and send your probes to somewhere else on the map,
Cork
get
has
that.
played on this map before. Great match for Tim.
so
Right,
Aya is
boss.
now up double in supply.
Yeah.
And Grimeboss
Okay, he
couldn't
was on
come
4
all the way.
factories on one base.
Yeah,
I did see that
so
correctly.
that's something that Grimeboss likes to do, is that he'll skip the armory and he'll stop making SCVs and he'll just make a shit ton of vultures. Because vultures, if you're behind, vultures get a lot done. It's quite difficult to not do 75 minutes of damage with a vulture. you have
And
to
oh
fuck
yeah,
it up.
seeing that, making a quick block, very nice. Not letting those vultures get in and do a lot of probe damage.
Yeah. Aya is just a really good player. He's very adaptive. Grimeboss, I think, has the ability to punch above his weight in terms of who he can beat. He beats players you wouldn't think he would be able to, but Aya's not one of them. at this point. I knows the situation. He knows that he's hugely up on workers. He knows his opponent has no armory. Like, this is not going to be a regular PvP where you have to be afraid of the Terran's tank push. This game, you can just kill the Terran's tank push with Zealot bombs and Mass Dragoon. There's
like
such a
he-
difference between armory Terran and regular
Yeah.
Terran.
Okay, he's got Zealot speed. Looks like he wants to try and maybe bust here, but yeah, I think he needs a little bit more. He's losing a few too many Dragoons, unfortunately, but he's still in a fine position.
Yeah,
Well,
he's not
Vultures
confident.
will get in as well. Definitely annoying, gonna kill some probes.
That wall that Oya has at his naturally setting dividends for him here in terms of how many probes he hasn't lost because of it.
Yeah.
Like, Grimeboss would like to be sending Dragoons to, so a Vulture to the match, but there's just no point. You can't get them in. I think Oya's now got a Stargate, he's got another Nexus. And if you look at what Grimeboss is doing, he's still not building his armory. He's not going for he's not trying to transition into a standard game. He's trying to transition into a time. He knows that oh, sorry, he does have an armor, my bad. I was confused by the lack of +1. Okay,
Yeah.
there we go. Never mind, he is trying to transition to a standard. I would be surprised if he goes for the starport and goes for like a 2-1 push though. I would suspect it's going to be a 1-0. He could prove me wrong, but I don't think there's a 2-1 time to be had here. I think his armory's too late.
Well, Protoss is just gonna be way too far ahead by the time 2-1 finishes anyway. Like, he's gonna be max, he's gonna be on 5 bases plus.
Yeah, but like some Terrans will just wait for the upgrades and they're just killing the basics rather. I think Grimeboss is probably not one of them.
Even if he did, like, Protoss would be able to take over so much of the map by the time he was able to push out anyway that it wouldn't matter.
Yeah, we've got the Arbiter Tribunal coming. We've got Strong Gateway Count. He's got a 3rd and a 4th Nexus. Oya he's not in a position where he can lose this. Now the 1-0 push may actually happen before Stasis is done.
Well, it looks like he's trying to take a little bit of ground now, pushing down the ramp. Yeah, he doesn't want to venture too far. He doesn't know exactly how much Oya has out here.
Is he trying to take a third?
I don't even know where the 3rd is on this map.
This is a
Maybe
game
9
where
o'clock.
Terran does not want this game to go long because Terran's going to die to the first vehicle. There's no point taking a 3rd because you take a 3rd and then you die to the first vehicle anyway.
Terran's just way too far behind in supply though. Even if he tries to push out, like, if Oya gets any kind of decent engage, he's just
Yeah,
gonna
and
clean
that's
up
what
his
Oya
army.
has the shuttle bomb because the shuttle bomb is a way of just bridging the gap between speed lock and stasis, where it gives you something against the tanks in the until the stasis is done.
And you can see where his army's positioned too, right? Like, he can collapse on the Terran army from multiple angles, so he takes less splash damage from the tanks, everything as well. So, yeah, I really like Oya's position. This is really his game to lose if he were to.
Moment +1 is done. Grimeboss is going to move because he can't wait.
It looks like he does have a 3rd CC floating to the base now, sending a bunch of SCVs over there.
Apparently, I don't know what I'm talking about. Every time I've said something about what I think he's going to do stylistically, it just turned out to be wrong. But I don't like this because there's no advantage to it. He doesn't have anything that can play against arbiters. So taking a 3rd base doesn't help him because he's.
Well, it looks like he's going for that push now, and Oya still has the high ground here. He's getting on top of some of the units before the siege up. Gets that Zealot bomb off. Oh, he's leaving actually a good part of his army behind, yeah. That happens to me more often than not, but
Oh boy.
this is actually about as good a fight as Grimeboss could have hoped for here.
Yeah, right?
Unfortunately, though, like I said, Oya left like a control group and a half of units, or maybe just a control group of units behind.
Yeah, I'm just thinking how much Protoss underestimates the power of tanks. You
I mean,
assess
this
an
is-
army and you think you can take it down, but then you get tanked to death. Lose everything.
Yeah, if he had those extra units and a few more zealots or something in there, he definitely would have taken that fight.
Or if he just waited for stasis.
That too.
What's the energy on the Arbiter?
Yeah. He's got stasis. in
95?
SID here, so.
He doesn't lose it.
And there goes the stasis. I mean, he's still gonna win this game, but that first engage kind of gave Grimeboss life or hope.
And Grimeboss did a good job finding his timing. Just, he was too far behind. I didn't like the third base though. This attack would have been just as strong whether or not he'd taken that third base.
Oh
This was what
no.
was going to win him or lose.
Oh, that was
2
close.
seconds, my friend.
Not even, right? Holy.
I still haven't watched that VOD of that game that you said I played against Grimeboss where all of his SUVs died for mine and I didn't see, so I left the game.
Those were great games.
They really were.
Well, he catches a bunch of probes transferring, and now he knows about this base too at the bottom right.
If Aya knew about Midnight, then game be over. Also, Aya's only on one Stargate, which is not right. Okay, Aya's found 3 o'clock. He could just attack it and clean it up at this point.
I'm just surprised how difficult it is for him to kill Grimeboss, right? Given how much ahead he was.
Yeah, he took some
yeah.
bad engagements, and he's not exploiting his tech advantage. So Grimeboss still doesn't have a Starport as far as I can tell, which means that Grimeboss doesn't have a late game. It's going to be 1-0 max or 1-1 max forever.
I feel like Grimeboss is extremely
Which
difficult to
means that Aya
kill.
will eventually pull ahead. Because,
Terrans in general can be hard to kill though, like tanks and mines.
yeah.
Ox,
Aya,
do you have the notifications for when Streamlabs does the donations?
It's not turned on. I do apologize to people. I don't have alerts. I'm working on it, just slowly learning things. So here comes
Ask me how I
Grimeboss.
found out.
Oh, did you make a donation?
Of course.
You already donated so much. Thank you so much. So we're gonna have more custom format show matches on your maps.
we really do need to see more arbiters in this game. Like he's got 4 gas, 1 Stargate. That's not the ratio you're after.
Big shout out to Is This Discord for helping me with technical issues and boosting our server and making maps and making donations and casting. Should just take over this series, man.
Yeah, question in the chat asking what the score is. This is just game 1. Between
I
these teams.
don't have a scoreboard either yet. My graphics guy is working on them. I'm hoping to incorporate it. I do apologize to everyone.
Come on, I'll just make a scoreboard.
Well, I was hoping it'd be really nice, and it's almost ready. That's what I'm being told. So game 1 goes to Oya.
GG.
TVP.
Yeah, I mean that went longer than it probably should have, just because Oya took a couple of bad fights.
Yeah.
But he still took the win as he should have, based on the early game. Like his position was so strong, he's so far ahead.
I didn't like the choice to go for a 2-pack on against a back natural because there's no real objective you can take other than their high gun, and the high gun is really difficult to take.
Guys, if you want to participate in a show match, join our Discord, ask me, post in the show match channel. If you're A or S rank, you can play in a prize show match. If you're B rank or lower, there's no prize, but it will be streamed and casted. You could also donate to our series. 100% of donations go to prize show matches. A 1v1 featuring S rank players costs $10. 1v1 with A rank players costs $5. Both of them are best of 5. We also do 2v2s, 2v1s, free for alls, which are about $10. And we got custom format show matches featuring low rank players. Thank you very much, Is This Discord, for making a generous donation. Very kind of you. So game 2 of Oya vs Grimeboss on Polypoid. This game is dedicated to Nemu, who probably doesn't want it dedicated to him. What are you gonna do about it? So we got Oya, bottom left. Grimeboss, top left.
And it's Polypoid. Ask how I know.
How do
Because
you
there's
know?
a space in the minerals.
Yeah, and that's
Big
because
gap in the
of, I forgot the gentleman's name. Who taught Quark that? Quark, you've learned so much from your chat.
I have. The
You owe
positions
your-
somewhat favour Grimeboss here because he's going to have a very defensible third base. Having that high ground third just makes everything so easy. And I is going to go for
Forward
a
gate.
8 pile on low ground, followed by a 9 gate, and
Zealot pressure.
yep, which is very strong. If it
Sounds
runs
fun.
into gasless, it's kind of free win. Or at least it's kind of free win when Oya does it. It's not free win when I do it, but Oya knows what he's doing.
Do Terrans not block off anymore?
It's not
It's not super
as well,
common.
but yeah.
Sometimes they will.
Was it common, like... Shout out to that sexy cat purring. You better be nice
I
to
wish it
that
was
cat,
purring.
Snipe.
I wish she was purring. She was whining. She doesn't like to be picked up. My other one loves it, but this one not so much.
Yeah, why don't you leave that
So
cat alone?
Grimeboss is going for a regular factory expand opener, or I guess just a regular factory opener. We don't know if he's going to expand. But it does mean that he will be going for vultures, which means the zealots won't do as much. Because they're going to be on the clock immediately. But Oya has first scouted it, so Oya knows the deal. He's not going to overcommit on zealots because he knows that there's not any point. I'm still expecting him to make at least one though.
Did you come from the future, Quark? Did you watch this game and come back in time? Is that what's gonna happen?
No, I'm behind you actually because I'm watching the stream on Twitch.
Actually, don't.
But I mean, I could see that Grimeboss had the. I know what build Oya is doing. I've seen it before.
And
It's
it looks
gonna
like
be two zealots
Grimeboss
that-
is going to scout this right away, too.
Yeah. Also, he's not going to be a tool surprise to see from Oya, just the build that Oya does. There we go, there's the core. I think Oya's going to make a third zealot, which I don't know that I agree with. But I suspect that he's going to do it anyway.
How many zealots do you want? Just one or two?
It depends what the opponent's build is. In this case, because Grimeboss is getting a quick vulture, having the third zealot is just going to be an easy way to lose a third zealot. It's not.
Oh, we
I
got a
personally would
Grimeboss
skip
fan
that.
in the chat. All right. Don't run into too many of those.
Yeah, I'm a Grimeboss fan too.
Hey, Dream. Thanks for joining us. Because he plays Terran, right?
Yeah, he plays Terran. He's kind of like the villain you love to root for. Kind of like an Idra, but like a. I don't know who's better mannered, Idra or Grimeboss. What do you guys think? Do you guys even know who Idra is?
Yeah.
Okay, if you look at-
More intense from what I remember. Grindboss more silly.
Possibly, yeah.
We need more silly maps to encourage the silliness.
Not the Grindboss variety.
Fork is struggling to get in his strategy, or
Yeah,
the actual
so
analysis.
yeah,
Go
so
ahead.
the Zealots just had to immediately turn around and run away because the Vulture was being finished. Whereas if he had delayed second Zealot, gone for a faster core, then built second Zealot, then he would have been able to build a Dragoon with as his third unit rather than a third Zealot.
So was it a
This
waste
Dragoon is not
making
the
3
other boost yet.
zealots? Or no?
So 3 Zealots is good against Gastus, but it's less good in this situation, I believe. Because Grimeboss is just going to convert it to a fast expand build, and the fast expand is going to be faster than anything that Oya can do. I'm surprised by the lack of bunker.
Yeah.
I would have expected a bunker at this point because he
Paying
does know
for it
that
right
his opponent
now.
has 3 Zealots. Like, even with
And
2
it's-
Vultures, this is
it's-
still a difficult fight because Zealots are just so tanky.
Right, you could just like target down the Marines, and then the Vultures
Yeah,
can't
there
really
was
fight
there
the
was no
Dragoons.
reason for him not to have a bunker there.
Yeah.
Was
he
it
knew
greedy?
his opponent had overmade. Yeah, he knew his opponent had overmade Zealots, which is a mistake because the Zealots don't do anything except if you put some Marines in front of them. Then they kill some Marines. The only thing the Zealots could get any value from is what Grimeboss let them do.
Yes, I think Grimeboss is in big trouble here.
Yeah, Grimeboss has lost this. Like, he's taken way too much damage.
All
And it's
because
so
of a
avoidable.
bunker?
Yeah, all to save a bunker. If he has a bunker there, the Zealots don't do shit.
What's the score right now? I just joined. Sorry.
1-0
It's
for
1-0
Oya.
for-
Yeah.
Yeah, he
All right, who's doing the bets in or the prediction stuff in Twitch chat? Someone should
Not
do
it.
Twitch. Someone should put in a prediction of will Grimeboss play this out till 12 minutes or will he GG before then?
I think the GG one would be more popular.
Really? Like
I'm just joking.
If I've
Seems to be a big thing with Grimeboss.
yeah, no, he'll play the perfect loss if you guys know what that means.
You know what though? He doesn't die though, and he comes back. So
well,
Oh. That was a little ambitious. And it's
Yeah,
going
he
high
really
ground.
wanted to snipe that tank. He's not even gonna get it.
right?
Yeah. The RNG is in Grimeboss's favor there. There was a volley where like 4 Dragoons all missed at the same time.
That's unfortunate for him. I mean, that
yeah,
helps
he's
Grimeboss stay in
7
the game
workers
longer.
for base behind there.
He's still behind, like super
Oh
behind.
yeah, for sure.
I'm actually surprised that a little surprised that Nexus and CC timing is about the same, given that he had to cancel his CC.
Looks like Oyo went for his second gate and Reaver tech behind that.
Yeah, and a third base. Oh, fine. His beam is going to contain Grimeboss while he gets his economy solid.
When you're ahead like this, is it a good idea to get Reavers?
I think if you're good with Beavers, it's always a good idea to get them
Oh,
because they
I
give you
agree
so
with
much
that
map control. Like, you fly the Reaver in, you kill some SUVs, and then they know that you have the Reaver, and anytime they try and push you out, they have to be aware that they're going to have to push the entire way across the map, sieging, unsieging, with scouts flying into them. And if you're as good with Reavers as Bo5, then you can literally just go to, like 2 gateway into arbiters, and you'll get away with it because they can't push. You'll kill half their army of Reaver before they even get across the map. So even if you're just a regular Reaver, you can get a lot done.
Ooh.
Could you believe he's moving out on the map?
I
I
don't
don't
think he's
hate
actually
it.
going to move out on the map, right? I think there's a common thing that Terrans do, just kind of like test the waters. Because like Protoss going super greedy and 2 Nexus at the same time is a really common strat, so they'll like push
Called
out
it.
if
He
they
went
can.
back.
Yeah,
That was a ballsy
I mean,
move. Oh my god.
And Grandmaster is going all in. He's, is he building an army, or is he just going for 5 packs? I think it's just going to be 5 packs. This is like the Grimeboss special. When he gets behind, he just builds way more factories than you'd believe possible and does a box of clubs. And you would be surprised how many vultures a Terran can make if they're not going for armor or upgrades or like building SCVs. They have a lot more money than you would imagine. It's a weird style that he does often and other players not so much. But now the Reaver's dead, I think there's actually going to be a timing here. He's just going to pack up and go, and there's no chance that Oya's going to be able to get Storm or Zealot Legs or Arbiter or anything but Zealot Bomb in time to stop it. He's not going to make many tanks, he's just going to trade vultures away.
Yeah, but to your point, the whole point about like, it's never a bad, if you're good with Reavers, it's never a bad place to go Reaver when you're ahead, or even just in the early mid game. Because if you don't think about what that Reaver harass just did, it bought him like a full minute where his third, where he was able to get his third up. And now he's so economically ahead, like it doesn't even matter what Grimeboss does at this point.
Yeah, he's on double supply.
Yep. Double supply,
is
double the worker count.
Yeah, Grimeboss is just going to go.
Double the manners.
Like it didn't even matter that like the Reaver, I think, actually only killed maybe like 3 or 4 SCVs. The fact that he had his third ramping up that whole time and Grimeboss couldn't push it out, it basically did all the damage right there.
I don't like Oya trying to take 6 spot right now because he knows what his opponent's build is. He knows that his opponent is completely 110% all in, that his opponent has 5 factories, and all he's going to try and do is make a lot of units out of them.
Yeah, I'm
He
so
gets, okay,
surprised
well,
he didn't just like tack on a bunch of gateways, because
yeah,
if you look at his
all
main,
he needs is a bunch of gateways.
he's got
And he
5
needed that
gateways.
shuttle with the Zealot Bomb alive. This is uncharacteristically bad from Oya. Most of the time, I watch Oya and I just talk about how good Oya is, and that's all I say. This is not right what he's doing. He knows
Call
what
it
he's
like
up
you see
against.
it, man.
I mean, here's the
And
thing: they're actually equal supply in terms of army, because he has 30 more workers than him, and he has 30 more supply right now.
Oya's played Grimeboss a bunch of times. Oya knows what Grimeboss is like. He knows what he's up against. He's seen this build.
Okay, but this is like classic how you lose the UP and siege at the wrong time and push off a high ground.
I got unlucky there.
But like, imagine if Oya still had his Zealot Bomb.
Yeah, this would be more one-sided. Yeah, I mean, Grimeboss had a chance, but the execution right now, just now, wasn't there.
Yeah, now he's moved back and sieged up again. His timing is moving further and further away, and Oya's got his gateways now. But like this situation here was just a simple Oya, hold probes, don't take any more bases, don't get any more tech, just put down 10 gateways. That's all you need to do.
Like, execution-wise, like, if you think about what he had to do there, he had to make sure his vultures, or at least something, was up there on the high ground first, before his tanks just basically went in blind up to the high ground, because he didn't have vision of the high ground. And then as soon as he got vision of the high ground, it's a whole control group coming on his tank.
Oh.
The funny thing is, I don't think Grimeboss is gonna GG after this fight. I think he's gonna play this out.
You called it, yeah, the imaginary
right.
bet.
I was right for the wrong reasons.
Sorry, folks, I have horrible observing, moderating, all kinds of skills. So we're gonna have to just make imaginary bets with imaginary points. Dream, I don't know how many points you just bet, but we'll give you like 100.
I didn't bet. Oh yeah. Actually, I don't even know how to set that up. That's a relatively new feature.
Soren taught me. I think it's /predict. And it sounded like there's a bunch of steps to it, which was like ridiculous to me, but Soren was saying it's really easy. But they have not done it in a way where it's more automated. It's 2-0 for Oya. It's best of 5 catch by show match. Next map is Fighting Spirit. Our casting is open to the public. Since day one, everyone is welcome to join. Hop into our Discord if you're not a member already. There's a channel called Open Casting where I'm sharing my screen. And you can just access it and start casting away. Grimeboss, top left. Oya, bottom right.
I missed the map. What map was this?
How do you tell the difference between Fighting Spirit and Polypoid, my friend? Uh-huh.
Pick me.
I
I
haven't
know
played
this.
this game in front. I have no freaking clue.
Is that what threw you off, though,
but-
because the two maps look so similar?
Yeah, I mean, sorry, what was the answer to that question? I'd say you
Mineral
can tell
space.
the mineral spacing. Okay, I
There's
There-
no minerals. There's no space between the minerals on Fighting Spirit, and
I
there
see.
is on Polypoid.
Yeah, there's a gap,
Nice.
which also means, like, Scarabs could bust through it, or, I don't know, Zealot could do something.
Like I can definitely tell based on the ramp position, but I didn't know minerals. I don't.
Moderate Chill, that's whose name it was,
Moderately chill.
yeah. Moderately Chill, yeah. A wonderful viewer from
Oh, I
Quark's
know him.
channel, and probably from many other channels.
Oh, yeah, he was on
He
my
taught me
CPL
that.
team last season. Good buddy of mine.
So
what
Oya's
about
actually
moderately
mixed
chill?
up his build very slightly. I think last game he had the probe go back, mine one, and then it was like a 9 gate. This time he's sending out a second probe that's 10 gate. But it's going to be cross positions, and Grimeboss is again going for the gas. So if he goes to the 3 Zealot Goon, then I'm going to again say I don't like it. It's probably going to work again. It kind of backfired on me last game because I said the third Zealot was going to be useless because the Vulture was going to come out. Vulture came out, the Zealots ran back home, and then Grimeboss didn't build a bunker, and the Zealots got a shit ton of work done. So everything that I said was wrong, but for the wrong reason.
So you were
prediction.
kind of right?
I said the Zealot was going to be worthless, and then the Zealot ended up killing Grimeboss. But it should have been worthless.
Alright, so let's make some caster predictions again. So will he build a bunker? I say no. I say he's gonna scout cross position and he's gonna see that he's cross position,
Okay.
so he's not.
Oya is doing what I wanted him to do. This is what I wanted to do last game. He went Zealot, then he held on his gateway, built the core. Now he's going to build a second Zealot, and then after the second Zealot, he's going to build a Dragoon. This is what I wanted him to do last game. But last game, he went to the third Zealot, and I said it was bad.
Hey, what do you make of this probe in Grandboss's base? Like, did Grandboss not even know it's there?
So what he's going to do is most likely
Maybe.
fuck with the machine shop. Because Grandboss has to make vultures. He's going to make at least one vulture.
I remember like a year or two ago, not a year or two ago, many years ago, I was playing ladder, and a Protoss actually sneaked a probe into my base and built 2 gateways there.
Yeah, that sucks whenever it happens to someone.
Interesting. I was wrong about that vulture. Okay. So we're going to see 2 Zealots against 4 Marines. Grimeboss is confident in his bunker.
Keeping you guessing, man.
Well, I mean, I don't know that he should be confident in his micro. It's 4 Marines against 2 Zealots is kind of tough.
I mean,
Zealots
he's got like
beefy.
he's got a very interesting formation. It's the perfect line formation.
I don't know how he lost the Marine. Did he just shoot
Yeah,
his own Marine?
Yeah, he shot his own Marine because he was supply blocked. You've got to build a supply.
Oh, I
He
see. I'm
wanted to
sorry, you
build
were
his
just
tank
talking-
or Vulture, one of those two. He had a 25. He was at 25 out of 26, and he had to kill a Marine to build either a tank or a Vulture, whatever. It's probably a tank. It's
Yeah,
a
it's a
tank,
tank.
and then mines probably. Okay, that's a miss micro. But okay, I mean, he's poised kind of aggressively because he's got the FD build, and that should do just fine against this, I think. Well, not if you don't micro it.
Boy,
Zealots
it's
are
just
really
on
beefy.
point.
Yeah, he identified the low ones and just killed them.
I don't know why like Grindboss is kind of like doing the anti-micro, kind of like doing he's microing but doing like everything he's not supposed to do. in the micro. You know what I mean? Like when you try to micro, but then what you do just makes everything worse.
Well, he just does everything perfectly.
I feel like had Grimeboss just gone straight for the Vulture, then he would have been able to fuck up those Zealots. Because the thing is, Grimeboss doesn't actually want his natural here. Grimeboss is fine. He's going for a command center. He could easily have just gone for a Zealot to push the Vulture push the Zealots back, get it out on the map, and then held his high ground with Marines while building the CC. But instead he went for the quicker tank, which meant that the Zealots were able to get on the Marines and hurt them.
Yeah, I think Grimeboss was just playing way too impatient. I mean, like, I think he was gonna be fine if with his like 4 Marines and a tank, if he just took it a little slower, maybe waited for that Vulture to come out, and then he would have definitely been able to clean that, the 2 Vultures or the 2 Zealots, and he would have had an extra duty by that point, but it would have been fine.
Always been trading really well.
I
Stalled
only
an
lost his
expansion.
Zealots and that Dragoon so far.
Honestly, though, they're pretty even right now. I think their expansion timings are about the same. Yeah.
No, ours
Oya
is
has
much
a few-
faster.
Yeah.
If you like, Grimeboss is going to finish his CC, but it's going to be another like 20 seconds before it does anything. And I was just going for the quick Nexus and then a Reaver again. However,
Why not?
Grimeboss is mixing up his build. Grimeboss
Quick
is going
guess.
for an armory this game, and probably an academy too, so it's going to be much more standard.
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah.
I don't think Grimeboss is in a bad position right now. Like, despite
No,
what happened
Grimeboss'
earlier.
position is absolutely standard.
Yeah.
I like Ori's position more, but like Grimeboss is just transitioning into a standard Terran game with upgrades and so forth.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that Oya didn't get more ahead from that early game. But
Well, Ori's got a third Nexus about to finish. He's not. He went 2 gateway double Nexus Robo. He's ahead.
yeah, I mean, he's gonna
Like,
have to
this
be
is
careful,
a-
with it, right? Because there's a common like 2 factory Terran push where you get like maybe 3 or 4 tanks and then like just double shot.
Not in this
with,
situation,
like-
though. It's not.
Really? Okay.
It's so normally you build your Marines, and then you push as you're attacking with double machine shop, getting a Vulture upgrades and 3 tanks. Now, the only thing similar to this game and what you're describing is that Grimeboss currently has 3 tanks, but
Mhm.
it's
Yeah, I guess like he's spending his gas on like armory and everything, so
Yeah.
that doesn't make that much sense. Like it's
yeah,
too slow.
it's just a completely
Not
different
resources.
situation. He's got siege, he doesn't have any Marines. It's and Aya's got way more stuff than you'd normally have at that point in time. Like the 3 tank push is trying to take advantage of Protoss who don't build enough gateways early on and catch them off guard before their economy from their fast expansion kicks in. It's just not the situation in this particular game. It did look like their expansions were at similar timings, but then Oi got a third one, and now he's up 8 workers. We're going to make them 9 workers. Also, denying this expansion is huge, because Grimeboss did not want to be doing a quick push. He wanted to be going for a quick 3 base to go look at. But now he's forced into a situation where he either needs to do a slow 3 bases or a push. So we're going to see what he decides. Is that a Starpot I see being produced? Okay, it's going to +2. 2 base 2 1 maybe. Yeah, another 2 factories in the Starpot. 2 base 2 1. Oh no, 3 base 2 1. So I don't know what I'm talking about. CC being made in the main base and getting floated out. Okay, this is very standard then by Grimeboss. He's had to like modify his plan a few times on the fly. He's had to go to
Yeah.
command center as his main
I'll say
rather than on
it's-
site.
It's so standard. It includes the classic 68-68 supply block. The classic.
There's our second army coming at the same time as this side sort of thing. Yeah, he's always been disrupting his plan. Grimeboss wanted to build CC on the low ground and CC it first for very quick free bases.
I love
Instead,
it.
he's had to build the factories first and build the CC in the main, but he's still going for the 2-1 timing on free bases. And Oya's got a Stargate and a Tribunal coming. I will do my normal thing and note that if he has 3 gas bases, he really should have a second Stargate. He's not even mining his third gas.
Ah, so sloppy.
Make a bunch of Arbiters. Arbiters are really good units.
Was that worth it for Oya?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's hugely worth
I
it. That's
thought it
like
was.
GG worth it.
Yeah.
He has the economy. He can throw away units.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, he's killing tanks. So,
I mean, if you think about like why that happened, that all happened because he supply blocked himself at 68-68 and then built 3 supply depots to go up to 94. That all
if you
happened
can
because of
trade
that.
and kill tanks early on, you should always do so. 'Cause, the cost of killing tanks goes up as the number of tanks increases. Just any time you can reduce the count, you should definitely do so. He also got to delay the 12 o'clock expansion. Oya's really, really far ahead this game. I would like to see a second Stargate, as I said, because, or like an Arbiter Tribunal, please, Oya. Like, you've got your Stargate, you've got your archive, you're going for an Arbiter Rush. Arbiter Rush doesn't work. Okay, there we go, there's our Arbiter.
I like this dropship play.
Yeah,
with
dropship.
Grimeboss. He's doing things to try to.
Because he
get back
can't
into
do
it.
anything else at this point of the game. He's not at his push timing. He can't. He can run vultures around the map, but they're observers.
Yeah, I'm not sure about this by Oya.
No, I think this is wrong.
I mean, like, he might just power through if he has so ahead.
So there's no reason to try this. It's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, the game was completely fine. He was upper base. He was up tech. He was going to get. He was going to win in the way that he planned to win. So why would he
Exactly.
risk
I
everything
think
to
like
win early?
against like a slightly better player, this would be like the turning point where the other turn would be would get back into the game.
It seemed
Yeah,
to
I
work,
agree.
guys. He got in. Got
Yeah,
the
but
net.
he barely got in, and that's
You mean it was too risky?
Yeah, there was just no reason to take the risk because he already had a plan on how he was going to win, and he was following that plan that was working.
I see
You
what
don't
you
need to
mean.
win the game twice.
Right, like if you think about like against a Terran that had maybe like macroed a little more cleanly, that would have been like maybe like two or three more tanks and then like 3 more vultures, and that would have just totally demolished that. And there's no reason to do it.
Yeah, it's because he already had his strategy for how he was going to win, and it didn't need that push to happen. I
Is
say
this ogre
frequently, but-
toss from Oya?
Yeah, I keep saying it, you only need to win the game once. If you have your win condition, you know how you're going to win the game, and you're already doing that thing, then you don't need to try to win in a different way. You don't need to commit yourself to an attack where you'll win or lose based on that attack, because you already have your way that you're going to win the game, and you're already doing that thing. Oya has his plan. He's going to get some arbiters, he's going to take some bases, he's going to win by having bases and arbiters. He doesn't need to also win from a timing attack. If his timing attack wins and breaks through, then nobody's going to say, well, Oya already gets 2 wins for that, because he also had the arbiters behind it, so he's won the game twice. If the timing attack fails, he could fuck up and the arbiters would work in.
I like Grimeboss's
Yeah.
upgrades.
They're good. They're losing. It's good that he didn't lose the +2 armor.
Oh no.
He lost his armor, not the attack one.
Yeah, this goes back to like the execution just not being quite there. I think like with Terran, you need to have your ball. That was not a ball.
He didn't have enough vultures to protect those tanks. It looked like.
Yeah, he didn't need to be there. Because Aya had been trading his units away constantly. Grimeboss didn't have the critical mass. Like he's just constantly keeping Grimeboss's unit count down.
I like the mind drag that
And,
Oya tried to do.
Because here's the thing. Here's how you win this as get back to this as Terran. You build your unkillable army, and then you start methodically, taking more of the map and taking down Protoss like bases.
He's out of scan.
But if you don't let your
Does have a vessel.
if you can't play to your race's strength in the TVP matchup, then you're not gonna let yourself get that opportunity to get back in the game.
I was on 90 workers and 6 bases.
Yeah, he is. I've never seen that many probes. It's awesome.
Going up to 7 bases now.
Half his supply is almost probes.
And how many Stargates does he have? Still on 1 Stargate, although he is going carriers. Carriers right now is actually kind of a mistake. He's too far behind an update. I think he's just going carriers right now because he can. Like,
Oh,
doesn't
he
give a
seems
fuck.
so far ahead. I mean, the whole map
Yeah,
is
he
yellow.
doesn't give a fuck. But like, just build the Arbiter there. You have a plan, you're going to win with Arbiters, you've got Arbiter tech, that helps with that plan. The plan's already working. Just keep doing the plan.
Yeah, save the RV.
+1 Arbiter. No.
I love Grimeboss. He's like, yeah, this is the time to move out.
He keeps trying early move out.
I love it.
It's not going to get any better. Last time you tried moving out, Aya was maxed and he killed you. He's just as maxed
We're
right now
seeing
as
the
he was
exact
back then.
same result right now.
Yeah, he needs just to wait for like 2 more control groups. Like,
Yeah, because he's not... Once Aya's maxed out, Aya can't get further ahead on the flat.
Right.
yep, Grimeboss's best chance is to go max out versus max out. But if he waits, he can't do that. I'm sorry, if he doesn't wait, he can't do
Yeah.
that.
At this point, this is just this game. So Grimeboss is just not leaving.
Yeah, pretty much. Because if he did, it'd be a shutout, 3-0. Scores 2-0 for Oya right now, I believe.
I think Aya might not ask him if he wants to leave. Aya might just make him. Kills the command center with that.
You wanted this, Grimeboss. You asked for it.
Did he ask for Aya?
Not specifically, but he said, bring it on, I'm ready.
He probably even said, oh yeah, easy. He probably threw it easy.
Sometimes he won't play one because he's like, no, I'm not giving that person free money. Like if it's a semi-pro Korean, he'll play somebody he thinks that he can win the money from, which is pretty funny.
Yeah, I think it's really funny. I think it was like one of the first show matches that you did. We set up like Grimeboss versus Bonnet or something, or Grimeboss versus the Wolf. And like Grimeboss is super eager to play. He's like, yeah, easy.
Oh my god. Oya got... Is that half the GG? Yeah, it was. He got half a GG.
He got game.
And it was a game.
It might have been game and not good. Yeah, Grimeboss, I love him, but he's in it for the money.